Making our videos turn into money, it's one of the big challenges that we face every day as business, as e-commerce, as even as creators, as influencers. Extremely came to the market to help everybody with this. It reminds me about the song by Beatles. And today we will have here Nicholas. I will try to say his surname, his family name, but I will try. So stay tuned because we will be right back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the special marketing live show. As usual, we will be here sharing amazing, hopefully, amazing knowledge, nuggets of knowledge. Oh, knowledge nuggets. I don't know how to say it, the best way to say it. But so today we will be talking about e-commerce, about shoppable videos. This is a pretty amazing topic, really insightful. Believe me that this is by these days when we are always talking about video, having these two formats in the table, they are pretty useful and also pretty nice to make profit. So we will be talking about Streamly and how you can make money and help your e-commerce and your sales with video. Before that, you can go into the description of this video. Oh my god. and find some links like StreamYard that makes this live stream possible. You can look also, you can have other platforms, other tools. Soon I will have also a Streamly link so you can take a look. And please share, put a like, subscribe to the channel so you can get notifications, and you can also share this content with someone that may need this. Okay, so let's bring Nicholas. Oh, there you go. Okay, let me do this again because I have the drum roll. Okay, let's do this again. Yeah, I do have. So it's time to bring to the scene Nicholas. Ta-da!
Bonjour. There you go. Love it.
Welcome, Nicholas. Can you teach me how to spell properly your surname, please?
Well, I think I've been trying that for 40 years with everyone, and it's still not happening. So I don't think it's the right way of. I won't be able to teach you. I can say it, and then you can just try to say it after me. But I don't expect you to make it happen right.
Okay, let me try.
Let's just try. Okay. So my name is Nicolas Bayash, and here you go.
Nicolas Bayash.
There you go. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
It's French, right?
Yeah.
Très bien. On peut parler français si tu veux.
We can do Portuguese, Spanish. Hopefully not English because that's probably the one I have the most difficulty with. But
yep. Let me give you some background. As most of Portuguese people in the north of Portugal, back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, lots of them, they went to France, mainly to Paris to work. And my parents, they were there too. So even though my sister was born there, I was made there, but I was born in Portugal. But as you may understand, I keep having lots of relatives there in France. So French is not that unfamiliar for me, thankfully. It's a pretty nice language. So
Yeah, and Portuguese is
thankfully,
also. And I am a big Portuguese fan. I love speaking Portuguese. I used to live in Brazil. Love Brazil. Eu amo Brasil. So yeah, we can certainly change language as we
yep,
are during this chat conversation.
absolutely. And by the way, in I think in 2 weeks we will be doing a similar live show, but in Portuguese for my other podcast, O Criador Content. So if you don't are good in English, you can tune in within 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then we'll
Nicholas,
do it. We should do it in French too, right?
well, if you want, we can do it. I can try. Okay, I
Yeah,
won't be as fluent as I
you
am
know,
with English, but I can
Mr.
try.
Beast is dubbing all his videos. We don't need to dub our video. We just do naturally in all the languages. There you go.
Absolutely. So, if you don't mind to introduce yourself and talk a little bit about Extremely, and then we can dig into the conversation.
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Nico, as you probably have heard. And as you know now, I'm originally from France, although I live in the US currently, Atlanta, for being more specific. Been there for the last 15 years now. It's a fantastic city, Atlanta, for the one that knows. Always hot. Although today it's cold, that's why I'm wearing a jacket, which really don't like. I'm more like a sunshine guy. And I run a company called eStreamly. We do live stream and video commerce. You probably have all heard Gary Vee talking about live shopping and video commerce. More recently, it's been a kind of a his white horse for the last year or so now. And he's right. We are seeing tremendous amount of growth on live shopping specifically, and video commerce as well. As you probably have heard, live streaming really started in other parts of the world, but it's slowly coming into Eastern Europe. Is coming into the Eastern Americas as well, kind of everywhere. Oh, and Paul is here. Hi, Paul. I'm so
Hello, Paul.
Paul is
Actually, it
amazing. He
is.
has the best newsletter out there for everything ecom. You know, if you're not on that newsletter, you got to be there.
Okay. And probably he should be a nice guest as well. Okay,
Oh,
let's
he's
keep
an
in touch,
awesome
Paul.
guy. All right, awesome.
Okay, Nicholas, can you share a little bit of the story about Extremely, please?
Yeah, so Extremely was we started as a kind of in 2021 we started as this idea of like I came from a background of CPG. I was selling to some of the top CPG out there in the US, and with the role I had, I was lucky enough to work with very small entrepreneur and very large corporation, from the Coca-Cola to the Tyson and everything. So one of the things that I realized was when you go to retail and you want to grow and scale, a lot of retailers now are not only asking you to pay for the positioning of your product there, but they're also asking to make sure that you have photo ship and you have really proof of sale in direct to consumer as your ecom. And with that in mind, I've seen some really amazing product just failing because the person was not able to really translate the product from product to an actual really viable brand, direct to consumer brand. But when you were talking with the founder, you were like, this is the best product that planet has. And then you will also see huge corporations that know how to make, audience move, I will say, and their product was not really that good. And I was like, I always felt that the problem with direct to consumer is it's really relying on text and picture. But you are a European base, you know that farmers market, how it is, right? So how did people transact right before the internet? We were having a conversation one in front of each other. We were exchanging goods and talking about why you should buy this product. And I always felt that the internet is completely disintermediating this human relationship. And so how do we get that back? And at that moment, I was looking at what's happening around in China, where this was really taking off speed. And what was interesting with China is live streaming as a way to sell really picked up significantly because there was a fundamental lack of trust between the buyer and the seller. You didn't know where you were buying from, you didn't know what the product was, and the system, the e-com system, was just not trustable. And so live stream was a great way to build that trust and to say, okay, well, there's a real person behind it, there's a real product, it looks legit, let me buy this. And so that's why it took off. And on that idea, like, okay, well, maybe we can give that opportunity to a lot of those smaller brands. And would it not be nice if, you launch your product out of your garage and then you go to live stream and you start talking your story and now you create sales? And I think it was very naive because I think like everyone that I've talked to that I've not streamed yet, I thought that when you click the like button, millions of people will tune into your content, and that's not the truth. It takes a real hard work and effort to create that. And so from there, we really pivoted, trying to understand, really work our way through, and really build extremely. But fundamentally, the idea is how can someone that know how to create good content, that people find it compelling and exciting, build a relationship where I can stream or I can watch content, and on that content actually make a transaction. And that's really what we are about.
Awesome, awesome. And this brings me back to the 2020 and 21 when COVID came and we saw all those people on Facebook selling whatever they have to sell. And I believe that Extremely is the next step, or the next step on the ladder. But the thing is, and please, if you can share your thoughts on this, because I believe that some people that you may approach, or that they may approach to you, they said, oh, I already have Facebook, I don't need your platform to do this. Why should I spend this given amount of money to buy Extremely, because I already have Facebook?
Yeah, it's a very valid point and very valid question. The reality is, the way we operate at Extremely is we operate upon three basic principles. One is headless commerce. So we really are making your video a full transaction asset where people can actually shop, engage, view products, drop the info, and purchase right there. The second is multi-channel. So how do we make that video or that live stream shoppable across multi-medium, right? Your website, your mobile app, your Facebook, your YouTube, your Instagram, wherever you are, how do you make that a tool that you can actually transact on? And then the last one is, how can you use AI? Because you got to have some AI somewhere. But how can you use AI to actually do some really cool thing that AI can do? And I'm not into, our product is really connecting people, and we think AI is a tool to facilitate those connections. So I don't want to go too much into the detail with what we do with AI, but it's really more like, how can individuals that are passionate about the product get to connect with their audience and transact?
Awesome. This is, and one of the things, and this sometimes it's a little bit crazy, because here in Portugal we tend to be a little bit, how can I say, conservative. So we just we just adopt an innovation when the innovation, it's not an innovation anymore. So the thing is, but the fact is that I've seen so many people going live on Facebook, on Instagram, that I'm sure they never had training on that. But the fact was that they were really passionate about what they were doing and talking. And there was hundreds, even thousands of people watching at them. Did you saw also this situation? Do you have this experience as well?
So I think there's really two type of hosts, right? If you think about live streaming, right? And I think you've got the host that is trying to force himself and is really not good at it. Like, I'll be honest with you, I do a stream every week. I don't have thousands of views on it, right? It's just a stream I'm forcing. I'm not like the most a beautiful creator out there that created the best content. For someone like me, creating content is very hard, and reaching scale is going to be very, very hard. Now, there are like some natural people that are really good on camera, and for some reason that you don't quite know, maybe it's the look, maybe that's the way they're the way they provide value, the way they articulate the problems, the way they bring you in the journey they're in. They can grab your attention and get you sucked in and get you there. And for those people, it's the magic is just phenomenal, right? Because when you have that natural aura, you can really do a lot of things, and that's what we're saying, right? So I'm not sure it's answering fully your questions. To the back of the point of like, well, think Portugal is not always the most innovative countries. I will say that I think the problem with live shopping in general and why adoption has not been really more broadly adopted in the world. I think fundamentally what live stream does is reestablishing the trust between two individuals. You're here, I'm here, we can chat to each other, I can see what you're doing, people can see, we can talk, we can experiment. Then you as a human being watching this content, you can make a proper assessment as, is that person trustworthy? Do I believe in this product? Do I think it's like a full of BS, whatever? So you establish that relationship, right? And that's what live stream or video in general is doing. The problem is typically the US, I will say the West, we have a pretty good e-com system with a lot of system to make sure that if something is not worthy, you can get a refund, you can send the product back. There's like free shipping. There's like a lot of those things that makes the journey much less frictionless. And so you don't need as much trust in the system because the trust is built in. I believe we're on the edge of a complete revolution with live shopping. And the reason is AI. And why is AI doing this? I think the challenge that AI is getting so good now that you can actually create video that you don't know if it's AI generated. And I'm assuming that 80% of the internet is video today. And so when people watch content, they're watching for pleasure, right? For entertainment, but they're also watching for information and so forth. But if you can't trust what you're watching, we're going to go back to this point where am I watching a real thing or is it an AI? And I think that because of that, the trust in the system of e-commerce in general is going to start slowly to erode. And I think that because of that, live stream is going to pop up because people will still want to have a final confirmation that it's the right product or the right person. And that's why I think we're going to see live streaming rising over the next couple of years, just because of that AI wave that is coming. And that's just, I think AI now is over 50% of all content out there is AI generated. So it's only going to continue growing and pushing.
Absolutely, good point. Good point. And there's something that while you were talking, I was thinking of, because as you said, that we know people that they were born to be in front of the camera, and others that well, they struggle. And the thing is, because hello Ronaldo, we have someone from Brazil, by the way. Bem-vindo, Ronaldo. you you were you mentioned this, and I'm not asking you the right solution, because there's no right solution. But for people, what should people wait when they need to pick someone to be in front of the camera? Because let's think about this. I have a e-commerce, but I'm not good on camera.
Yeah.
So I want to hire someone that, for instance, an influencer, a creator, whatever, that it's recognized by his or her knowledge in that given field. I don't think, let me exclude just the famous people. I want someone that people, when they tune in, they recognize this person knows a lot about this topic.
Yeah.
So if I have these two options, should I be myself or someone from the company, or should I bring someone who is more comfortable in front of the camera, he's knowledgeable about this? What should I wait to pick, the A or the B?
So the way I think about this is when you think about video and when you're creating a video content, the most important is the hook. Like the first 5 seconds or the first 3 seconds when you watch this video that make you, okay, I'm going to stay and tune in and want to explore that video, right? So this is probably the most crucial piece. And typically the hook is all about providing the value, providing something that excites the people and so forth. When you're in a live stream, the hook is very difficult, very different, right? I believe the hook is the environment is one thing that's going to make you stop swiping. Is the environment looks fancy, I may want to stop to that. And then the second is the host and his voice intonation and everything. Right? So within 3 seconds, do I want to watch this stream or whatever? So for a lot of people that have challenged with camera, it will be difficult to create that environment. So my recommendation to them is first is okay. Do you want to work with a superstar? Probably not. Those are expensive. They don't really tend to sell, and they don't know your product. Do you want to take someone internally that like has deep breath knowledge of the product and can tell you everything about the product? It's a good idea, but if the person just go on and is a technical and start delivering a speech about the product, no one's going to tune in because it has to be entertaining. So where is the balance? Maybe you have someone internally that is more lightweight and funny and engaging and will feel good on camera that you can promote to elevate for that kind of conversation. Or if you don't have that, one of the other is look on your customer base. Maybe there's already a customer of you that is producing content about you that you don't know about. And maybe that's the one that you want to bring on. And I know a company that have been doing that and they have exploded in terms of success. Or maybe you can work with a creator that can be that figure. Like you don't have to be like a macro influencer, micro influencer can be good. But in this case, what my suggestion is like bring on someone and do like a girlfriend to girlfriend conversation, as they say in QVC, right? So two people, one that is very knowledgeable about the product and one that is about bringing the conversation live, bringing that excitement. And so, what we see is live stream where you have two people always tend to do better. So maybe that's the route for you. And so I would encourage every single person when they're thinking about their e-com and if they don't themselves feel good on camera is, okay, look in the pool of talent you already have. Like, is there someone that could potentially take that on? And maybe that person is the guy pushing on the production area, or maybe someone that is in the warehouse and driving the forklift. Maybe that's the one that's always pushing content about you and you don't even know about. So look at that. Look at internally. There might be someone that's really passionate about what you do and is really good on camera that you can bring elevate. Second is someone in your customer base, or partner base that already love your stuff and talks about it all the time that you can bring on. And then third, what are the creator? And in this case, if you have a creator, maybe can you bring on someone from the company to do like those mutual conversation? Because I do think that you do want to have some expertise on the live. Now, I will say that some of the best live, the live is not about pushing product. The live is about getting the person to engage some time with you, building that trust relationship. If you look at, for instance, I don't know, there's a brand here in the US called Mary Roof Organic. They stream 24/7. And I had Jay on the live on my podcast. I run a podcast called the Live E-commerce Podcast, and he was saying that they say, okay, how many products do you present in the 24/7? He said, oh, we just push the same 5 products. They have 5,000 product. I don't know, like they have a huge portfolio, but it's only 5 that they push on live stream for 24/7. So it's not about the sale of the product. It's about basically for them, it's like, this is the place where anyone at any time can come in and just chat with someone from the team and engage and having fun with us. That's an interesting way of thinking about this. So the live stream doesn't have to be about sell, right? If you think about QVC, they will pitch you the product in a 3-minute increment and move on to something else. So I'm just um, um, it has to be entertaining, and so find someone that will make you excited and entertained, and then from there, bring on the product, but that should not be a priority.
Absolutely. And we have here Laura as well. Welcome, Laura. The 3-second hook, key to success and well worth thinking through. Absolutely. Absolutely, really important. And while you were talking, you mentioned two things that for me they are pretty interesting. The first was when you mentioned that they could bring someone from their clients, and I think it was 3 years ago. I participate in a book called The 100 Predictions in Social Media Live Streaming. And one of my prediction, I think it was 3 years ago, was the people like me marketing or something, which is exactly what you mentioned. Like we are watching the customers that are talking about our brand, and let's bring them to talk about our brand instead of being us, because this is more credible, and this makes the customer feels even more engaged and
Mhm.
part of the brand. I think this is huge, and also this will make the other, because I will see someone that is like me on the screen, and maybe one day I could get that invitation as well. And I believe this is pretty important as the sense of belonging to the brand, like Mark Schaefer likes to call it. And the other thing that you mentioned that for me it's crucial as a marketing professional is not sometimes you sell more, not selling, but and also creating that brand awareness, that brand sense to people, that being pushing product all the time. And I believe that five products, maybe this could not rely in the, how can I say, the Pareto's law, 80-20 or 20-80. I think this is even fewer percentage, but the thing is it will work for sure, because one of the things, and live streaming allows this, is the fact that we have, and some brands, they have customers everywhere, so they, it's impossible to manage to talk with them all the time, to hear them all the time. And I believe if you conduct in a good sense your live stream, you can get those insights that, oh, also make like kind of people the complain book live. I think this is having this opening, it's good as well, so people can tell us, oh, maybe this isn't working the way I wanted to do you have some, how can I say, cases like this one to talk about?
Yeah, so the way I would answer that is, I think it's important to think about what are your goal when you go live stream. Because is the goal to tap into new audiences, or is and grow my audiences, or is my goal to actually engage the people that I already know, and as you say, that are across the world, and I just want to give them an opportunity to engage with me in a more presential way, more personal way. And when you think through that, when once you have established that goal, I will, like any, like most non-retailer I will talk to, or marketers, oh, we want to do both, right? But it's important to establish which one is more important for you. And once you have established that, then you have to think about the platform, because not every platform will be behaving the same. If you want new audience and you want to do live shopping, then, well, whatnot, a TikTok will be perfect for you. If you want to engage your existing audience, your website, your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, those are perfect platforms to do that. And so I think it's important to differentiate, like, am I into a retention engagement of my current existing customer to get them to purchase more, do more thing with me, or like I already established that relationship, I just want to make it last longer and drive more value out of it, or am I just into an acquiring mode and I just want more customer, churn it, and so forth. And in this case, I will say TikTok and whatnot work. So thinking platform is super important, in my point of view. Then from a use case perspective, um, I believe it depends, like there are techniques and tactics that you can use during your stream to do one thing or another, right? So Are you trying to generate like instant sales? And so, how do you tie it up like maybe your stream with a game where if people put their order number, they are entering into a raffle at the end of the stream, and then on that raffle, whoever win a big prize. That might be a tactic to get quick sales. Or are you more into like the example that I just gave with the Mary Roof? It's a place. It's kind of almost like a 24/7 live chat, or a hotline that you can call. You can go on and anytime and engage with someone from the company. So I think you have to decide what that position, what is the goal for you. But ultimately, when you start getting into that journey, you have to have fun. And as long as you have fun, you're going to learn a lot of things, because customers love to talk and they're going to tell you what they will want you to do with it. And so that's kind of the use case is going to mostly emerge from users, mostly anything. And the last thing I will say is that I was talking with a merchant that is a live shopping first. So she started 4 years ago. Her name is Luna from Circe Boutique, and she started live shopping first. And now she's at the point where she has 4,000 SKUs of product to sell. And she used live stream. Like when she create a new product, she will actually present it on the live stream. And then she will ask like, what do you think this product is about? And people will describe the product, do all the description of the product. So they're doing the R&D for her and the marketing and everything. And then from there, she will market and launch this product that way. So she's creating something, presenting it, killing the idea right away. If no one's, if everyone thinks it's dumb, if people loves it, then take on that, reiterate, and that will be the new marketing pitch for that product. And I think it's pretty powerful because the audience are telling you the use case they want.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, they are feeling that they are part of the process, and that they are not just the consumer. If I can, yeah, I think it's the right way to say it, because we know that when we are part of the process, when we feel that we belong, the sense of brand, it's way different than like, okay, I will buy this brand today, tomorrow I will buy the other one. It makes a lot of sense, yes. And I was thinking about something, and again, I don't think that there's a magical, how can I say, secret or only one solution. But you mentioned that eStreamly can go live in lots of platforms, and I believe this is important, because one of the things that I like to say is we should provide solutions, different solutions to our customers, choices. But I would ask you, Nicholas, if I was facing I need to choose, like, should I go live on my website? Should I go live on Facebook, on Instagram? Which things would you recommend for me to look and to think to make the right choice?
Yeah, I think it comes back again to the what's your goal with the platform, right? Do you want to engage your audience? Do you want to drive audience traffic to your website? Do you want to invigorate your current presence on social? Do you want to take benefit of the algorithm push that you will have on certain platform and so forth? So the Facebook versus Insta versus YouTube versus website, if to just take those four, I don't think it's so I'm always a big fan of, like, if you go to any of those platforms, you should have the website as a back off, because the website is the place where when you're on Facebook and you say to the audience, hey, with this streaming, you have this ability of commenting, right? You can comment, and then we'll send you the Shopgo link where people can go back on the stream and then start engaging and chat and shop right there. But there's always this user that is not quite savvy, doesn't know how to comment or engage with the chat. And so for that user, like, what probably they think they're going to do, they're going to fall back to your website trying to find the stream there. And if they can, they're going to be watching you there. So that's, I think, having the website is always a must. If you do stream, I will say having your website is always a must. And then between Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So YouTube tends to be, in my experience, it's the second platform for live streaming, I think, if I'm correct, in terms of audience. I think it's over Twitch now, if I'm correct. The challenge with the Facebook, with the YouTube audience, is that if your algo and your audience is not trained, you get a lot of junk. So the moderation is very difficult on YouTube, I think. And so if you're very brand sensitive and you don't have a lot of things on YouTube going on, I will say don't go to YouTube, because you're gonna get a lot of like nasty comment that is really not relevant. Why would you want to go that? It's not a pleasant experience. Don't do that. Obviously, if you're big on YouTube, then yeah, go tune in and lean in on YouTube, right? It's a great platform to engage. That's where the audience is. Facebook is really awesome because people shop on Facebook. They are typically older. They have more buying power. If you have something and people spend some time on it, like they will literally spend hours watching your stream and so forth. So Facebook has always been an interesting platform. Everyone say, "Oh, Facebook is dying," but if you need to extract value, it's a great place to do. And Instagram is interesting because Instagram is always like this fire chat conversation, a lot of conversation, a lot of people engage on Instagram. It does not convert as well in terms of AOV than you will get on Facebook, but you get it's a really great platform to engage with. The problem with Facebook and Instagram is that your discoverability on those platforms is near zero. Their algorithm, they're not going to push anything to you. Like, to do that, you have to be almost streaming every day for at least 2 or 3 months for the algo to say, okay, well, maybe I should do an effort and start pushing those people. But it's very hard to get more discoverability on Facebook and Insta. You can start doing, I think, Instagram starting to release ad, so you can put an ad on your content and then pushing your stream. But I don't know, you're a big streamer, Marco. You will know that, like, if you look at your stats, like maybe you get 5% new discoverability on your live, and you're like, whoa, this is pretty cool, actually. But otherwise, like, it's mostly your followers. But if you need discoverability, I think TikTok and whatnot are a great place to do.
Absolutely. And I think that there's this thing that I think that why social media it's not the right platform for make this work properly, because we are watching a live show on Facebook and suddenly that comes this notification, someone he has a headache or something, so let's go, and then we lose the viewer. So I would recommend that, of course, there's these nuances and everything, but getting things in our own website, it's the best way that we should face this. Because
the people that are on your website will have a proportion to transact even higher than the one that are on social, so you will get certainly more return and everything. Now, it's not always driving people to the website is not always easy if you don't have massive audience on your site. And so that's why our thought at Streamline is like, how do you leverage social media as the way to funnel them to an experience that will naturally drive them to a shopping experience that is powered by your website?
Awesome. So the next question has to be, which tools do you have on eStreamly to promote a live shopping event on the website?
No, that's a good question. So first, we have the ability, obviously, scheduling the event and have like a nice, very scheduling page where you can add to calendar. You can subscribe to the content and, like drop your cell phone, your email, and then get notification when someone goes live or so forth. So there's this whole system of notification system. So you can have your own notification system. It's a pretty important thing, because what we're seeing is that for the one that has the most audience, they don't need to rely on social media anymore notification. They can just rely on that internal system. And about 40% of traffic for the most established streamers will come from those notification system. So that's a pretty good thing to have. The other thing that we're doing is, like, obviously we're broadcasting the content. So Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, as I mentioned, TikTok possibly. Although TikTok doesn't like broadcasting, so they don't like to have the same content as you do, and so there's a lot of challenge when you do that because you can be banned. Simply say. So TikTok, I don't quite recommend for doing dual casting. Then the other thing that we're doing is the ability to invite a guest. So you can invite someone else that has audience, like we're doing here. So you can promote that cross promotional that way. And then the last thing I will say that we to bring your audience is we use a notification system. So we have a partnership with a company enable us to bring all the chat back to the stream. And then when people comment, we will send them a DM with the shoppable content as well. So you're on the stream, you're on Instagram, you can comment live, and then you get a DM sent to you. And when you click on it, it gets you get back to the stream now, but it's a shoppable stream. And so that way you can really transition the user from social to your shopping experience while staying on social. And I think that has been pretty well adopted now, and it works pretty well. So those are the different things that we do to enable to promote your stream. Of course, you can bring your stream to your email. We have a lot of tools to bring your stream to your email marketing, to your SMS and other parts of your marketing stack. But those, I will say, those are the primary one.
Awesome, awesome. And I believe this is important. And again, we can't stress enough about how important the email is. I think that someone said once that the email it's kind of the Rolling Stones of the digital marketing, because even though people they are killing email all the time, but the thing is it remains there
Yeah,
because Facebook may be good, but sometimes or most of the time the algorithm doesn't want anything with us. Likewise on or Instagram or TikTok, whatever, and there's no algorithm in the email unless, of course, the quality of your deliveries. Because sometimes, for me, email marketing sucks because they have terrible emails. That's the reason.
sure.
So let's talk about the experience, because this is crucial when we are talking about live streaming and selling. Which tools do you have to improve the experience while we are uh, viewing a live shopping with extremely? Oh my god!
Yeah. So there are different things you do. So extremely, it's we are like connected to your commerce. We don't have a studio, like very advanced studio like StreamYard offer or Ecamm, and so some of the OBS. So one of the things that we recommend our clients, if you don't want to do like a raw stream that the same way you will do it on Instagram on your phone or directly on your laptop, then we do recommend, like, maybe leveraging a StreamYard or some of those other platform, OBS or even Ecamm. We do support virtual cameras. So StreamYard unfortunately doesn't have virtual cameras, so it's always a little challenging to bring on the StreamYard to extremely. There's a we can use RTMP for that, but the challenge comes down to you're losing some of the functionality that a lot of people love from extremely because of like going through RTMP, and so that's kind of a downside, but hopefully we can solve that at some point. But yeah, so that's kind of really focusing on the visual aspect of your stream can be done by leveraging a tool like that. Yeah, that's what I will say.
Okay, awesome. And I want to talk about something that I never saw before. Is the that besides, and I believe this is pretty important because it is one of the, how can I say, our uh, fragilities when we create live streaming, is that some of our content that it's pretty good just remains there kind of in the warehouse
Oh yeah.
getting dust. And the thing is, few of that content is kind of used once and recycled and these kind of things.
Yeah.
And Streamly allows us to get that content being used in a profitable way with those shoppable videos. Do you want to talk about that so awesome feature?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, obviously, when you think about a stream, right, it's a free phase stream. There's the pre event, like what do you do to promote your live? Then there's the live itself, and then there's the post event live, which a lot of often people are dismissing. But in fact, 6% of the sales happen in the post-event phase, right? So after the event is happening, like this is where a lot of transaction will happen. And so what Extremely would do is like, we obviously the content will remain shoppable with product and then timestamp on it, so people can navigate the stream quicker by just going to product. But the second thing that we enable you to do is we can take this stream, we're going to create some snippet of it, like a short clip that you can repost. So all through our AI tool. So that makes also it easy. And then the last thing we do is once you have an e-com, typically you have a lot of content. And so when we tag a specific piece of content into the video, that video then can actually automatically appear also on your webpage. So imagine that you are currently creating a video, a live stream about 6 pieces of content. Now that live stream will be available at those 6 product pages. And so what we see is that when a user go to a product pages and they are curious about a product, they're not quite sure, and they see a video, about 10% of those visitors will go through a video experience. And what we see is that when someone go through a video experience, they will 30% of them will transact. And so going through a video experience on PDP is really a moneymaker. And so we make it super easy to take that content and then blast it back to the website.
Awesome. And this is possible in some of the social media platforms, right?
Yes, so you can actually rewatch the replay by commenting and calling back the replay. And yeah, you've got those options as well available through commenting, right? So
awesome. And I love because I already have Jeff in a previous show. It was kind of 2 years ago or so. So I believe I have a little problem with Stampede because my main account, I got my Facebook account, page hacked some 3 years ago. I tried to get it back, but there's no way Facebook will help me with that. So I'm kind of a little bit stuck because
why don't you create a new page?
I do have, but the thing is, I don't know how to link my Instagram account to it because I already have a new page. I even have 2, but I don't know how to link because my main Instagram account it's linked to that Facebook page. Okay, and I don't know how to unlink it and linking to another new page. I tried, but there was error all the time. So maybe I will try it again. I don't know because it's not good.
I know. Yeah, it's a common problem.
Yeah. And the thing is, for instance, this thing that and. I think the way of working it's pretty nice. You just need to comment a given word, and then you will get this message in your DMs, which is awesome. So this because link on bio, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I know.
So yes, I really maybe I will try again because usually I'm stubborn, so I will try again getting the Instagram linked to one of the new pages. Let's be hopeful. Do you want to there's any other tool that you want to talk about Streamly?
Well, right now we are just having some fun with AI video generation, and so we actually are in a position where we actually give the ability for a user to take a look at the product, and then from there, how would I say that? You take a look at the product and then generate a full video from that. It is pretty cool and fun to do that actually.
Awesome, awesome. And new arrivals on the roadmap. Any desires and an amazing tool that you want to see on Extremely? Any?
Yeah, there's always like a lot of things. We would love to be able to bring on B-roll in Extremely directly. So that is something in the roadmap. The ability to you on the stream and you can bring on the B-roll. So that's something that we're working actively on. And then there's always like customer always have like some really interesting ideas. So run recently we had a customer that wanted to recreate their own TikTok, and so now extremely you can have one page where you can have 5, 10, 20, 40, 50 creator if you want to, that produce content. They all have their own handle where they have their own followers, their own content, their own shoppability, their own product and everything, but they all tie to the same account, to the same main page. And so you have one main page where you have everyone content, and then a lot of pages where you have only the content of each creator. And so you can follow that specific creator, and so you can really create like a full, as I say, a full social media experience. I think that's pretty cool and pretty interesting. I see a lot of potential in that idea, especially for merchants that have thousands of creators that they want to give them an opportunity and a place for them to kind of unleash their creativity for their audience. So basically you can have your own social media environment for everyone to create and participate. I think it's pretty cool, and I think it goes to where the future of e-com is going, where right now I'm obviously talking about video commerce, but I do believe in the next 3 to 5 years we're going to go to something called community commerce, where it's more than just video. It's all those, it's a conjunction of your audience participating and being active with everything that's happening.
Yeah, it sounds really good, and I believe in that as well, because the thing is we are transitioning from a passive customer to the UGC. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, so people want to be part of it. So I believe, yes, that this is something that will happen sooner or later. I believe that sooner. Hello, Stephen. We have Stephen here as well. So we are almost ending. Nicholas, if I was asking you 3 reasons why Extremely it's the best option for me as a e-shopping, live shopping platform, which reasons would you give me?
Well, first of all, hey Stephen, nice to see you. Reason for why extremely, I think today, if you're producing content and if you kind of identify yourself to, hey, we're producing this content all the time, but the problem is we get into this content crush where we produce, we get less and less engagement, and it costs us more and more money to produce that content because, it's hard. And I need a platform that help me take whatever I already created or what I'm creating in the future and then make it shoppable everywhere. So my content start generating that start working for me, as opposed to just being this, the thing to excite people, but that getting less and less ROI. If you're like a content first or content second type company, or in terms of video and live stream, I think we're a great platform to help you with. And that's what I will say. If you are just starting in content and you have 2 videos that you want to make shoppable, I don't think we're the right fit for you, because you got to have people that are willing and wanting to consume what you're producing. and we are just the 20% on top that really make the magic happen. But if your content is no good, I won't be able to help you with that. And you need to be a producer of content, right? So content has to be really part of your business. It's not should be like, an afterthought. Oh yeah, I remember I need to produce a video, so let me do one. But it's not.
Yeah, it's
So
not like
you gotta, yeah. That's what I would say.
yeah, because the thing is, if you just do videos because it has to be usually they're not that good. that's
Yeah. So
that's the problem.
that's the challenge, right? So yeah.
Absolutely. So where can people find more about you and eStreamly?
Yeah, so obviously they can look at the bio here on this pod if they found, and you will have an eStreamly link, or you can go to eStreamly.com. That's ESTREAMLY.com, and you can find me on LinkedIn, Nicolas Bayash. I'm trying to be active there. You can also listen to some of the pod we have. So the live e-commerce podcast. It's available on any commerce podcast platform. And I try to have a Friday live show on LinkedIn and on Facebook. It's called the VCom Show on eStreamy.com. So different places where people can find us. We also started a Substack. Like I see that you are streaming to Substack. We haven't tried that yet, but yeah, we have a Substack eStreamly. So yeah, a lot of different
Okay,
places.
perfect. Let me know if you need some help with Substack.
Substack is cool, right? But I
Yeah,
think I grow my follower base from 0 to 8, and I've been stagnant to 8 followers. So I don't know, like I haven't been really
yeah,
good at
yeah, yeah.
cracking
It takes a little
cracking
bit.
cracking the Substack following. But yeah,
Absolutely. So, Nicholas, thank you so much for being here, or Nicolas,
yeah,
for being here. It was a pleasure. It will be a pleasure again within 2 weeks to have you again. Maybe one day we can make a showcase live where you can show.
yeah, that'd be
Let
fun.
me send you the challenge. I believe this would be something nice as well to go into the the dungeons
Yeah,
and
that'll be cool. Love it.
of extremely so people can understand, because I believe this is important as well, because there are how can some layers of knowledge that you have to manage for good live shopping, and one it's knowing the tool and know how to use the tool. And we have here Ronaldo saying goodbye as well. Thank you, Marco and Nicholas, for the wonderful live show. Thanks to you, Ronaldo, for being there. Muito obrigado. So I'm going to leave there the challenge, Nicholas, and maybe Laura as well. Thank you so much to all of you watching us. Thank you as well. We will be live again within 2 weeks, as I said. Meanwhile, I will be live again. Like, for instance, tomorrow, I will be here for my creator content. So stay tuned. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the week. See you soon. Bye bye.